Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to put on a size XL pants, tuck your t-shirts into your joggers, and take a big chug of Monster Energy Ultra. Not sponsored. As I present to you Map6 of Stardate 20x6. This one is hard, and as you would have seen, it starts with shotgunning an Archvile. We're trying to shotgun him out of position so that we can get a bigger shotgun. And then the plan is really just to kill him and ignore everything else. Ignore that button that's next to me, by the way. I know you're thinking we should press that, but we really shouldn't. So kill the Archvile and then leave everything else alone. Come up here, run along the side, drop down. That wakes up some pain elementals. And then surprise Mancubus pop up. We want to kill him, and we want to kill the pain elementals. And, well, I mean, everything needs to die, but other things should be able to infight themselves. And we don't get any more health, so 194.97 is as good as it's going to be for this fight. I like to run into this room first, because this room is quite difficult, as is most of this map. But you're so under-equipped at this point that I think the difficulty is sort of amplified. And this is the easy bit, by the way. The room fills up with Mancubi and Revenants a little bit later on, once we go up onto that walkway and push the switch. So for now, we're just kind of running around trying to make sure that everything is dead. This Cyber Demon is going to kill this Cacodemon at some point. Jesus, that was a lot of health. Such a waste. But yeah, this room is pretty tricky. And there's not enough ammo really to kill the Cyber Demon safely before you kill the Mancubus and the Revenants. Although usually they do kill the Cyber Demon for you. I'm just stalling for time now whilst this Cyber Demon kills this Cacodemon for me. Then we're going to run up onto the walkway, push the button, and then try and get the Cyber Demon to shoot the Mancubi. And that's a really good volley. Hopefully he's infighting with them now. Nope, he's infighting the Revenants. That's terrible. Okay, well, we're going to have to get past these Mancubi, so not that way. Let's do another lap. And then you want to quickly press on this wall, really quickly. There is a button behind it, and if you mash the use key, you can press the button behind the wall as the wall is lowering. That lowers this little secret place here, which is going to be our rat hole for the next 5 minutes as things infight and kill themselves. Which seems to be going pretty well so far. I really love the music in this level. It's just up tempo, you know? Makes you want to fight. And the Cyber Demon usually dies. I'm surprised he's still alive, actually. Let's see if we can get him to shoot the Revenants up on the walkways. I'm not actually going to go get this secret yet because it's a Mega Armor. There we go, he popped. It's a Mega Armor that I'm going to need for a room full of Archviles a little bit later on. I want to be 200 for that particular room. So we'll just finish off these Revenants now, and this I would say is one of... I mean, this is definitely one of the hardest fights in the level. Mercifully, it comes at the start. But also, because it comes at the start, you tend to be a bit more reckless. And therefore, maybe less consistent than you would otherwise be. If it were later on, I mean. So we open the door without pressing the button, and we can kill this Archvile. And this is the reason we didn't press the button in the starting area, because it would have unleashed this Archvile. Whereas killing him like that is actually very easy. Now we push this button from the other side, and yeah, all of this would open up if you push that button at the start. So it's much easier just to peekaboo kill them from the door here. And you get a little bit of infighting too. And the way the floor is made with the little purple vein running through it, the monsters to the left, when you look through the door, can't actually get to you. So you can see some imps there. They can't actually cross that threshold. Neither can the ones on the other side. So yeah, I like to go and get that Cyber Demon room done first, then clear up here. It's just a little bit safer. Now, pushing that switch, we won't do that yet. Instead, we're going to come up here and get this chain gun, which I always forget about. There are 4 chain gunners, I believe, that teleport in behind you. There we go, there's the 4th. And there's always at least one more up there. And you think you've got them all, there's always one left. See? Well, there's loads left. Okay, now I think I've got them all. So there is one left. No, there's 2 left. Now they're all gone. Approach the Berserk Pack, but don't pick it up. Because the switching on the weapons just delays you. You're better off just killing this Archvile with the plasma. No messing about. And now we've got a chain gun. So we'll take 1 med kit, and we're going to push this button and unleash a wall of imps. This is the moment when you can release the tension of the first 6 minutes of the level and just enjoy shotgunning the imps. Now there is a bit of optionality in how you approach this level. So the room that I went into, the Cyber Demon room, you'll know that I got the plasma gun, and now I'm obviously coming back into the starting area. If you stay in the starting area, you can actually open up these imps first, before coming in and killing the Cyber Demon, and you can go to the room that I'm going to go to now, which is the Arachnotron Pit. And you can do the Arachnotron Pit before you do the Cyber Demon room, and that will net you a rocket launcher. So one way gets you to the rocket launcher, one way gets you to the plasma. It just depends on which one you want to go and get first. Obviously if you're maxing the level, you've got to go get both. So there's the rocket launcher. This is the Arachnotron Pit, so named because Arachnotrons. I like to focus one down and then run into one of these little corners, and then try and keep them in as straight a line as possible so that they shoot into each other at the back. Just minimises the amount of projectiles coming at you. And then I also don't want to use up all my plasma, so I'm going to switch to the shotgun here just to finish them off. And then when you approach the switch, an Archvile, who is quite hard to dodge actually. You've got to be a bit lucky with the way he goes. Now there is a secret switch there, so we'll press that. We're going to go get this armor first. It's a green armor. Don't fall down. That brings you back here. Get the health. And now I'm going to go and sort of get this secret. I'm going to pick up some of the rockets, drop down, and then the left side spawns revenants, so we're going to focus on them. And I'm not going to worry about the Hell Knights at all. For the moment, anyway. I'm just going to kill these revenants, because I like to switch to the shotgun. I don't like to. I'd prefer to kill them with a rocket launcher, but I want to save my rockets. And these Hell Knights are fairly easy to kill with a shotgun anyway, so might as well do it. Save yourself the ammo. And yeah, there we go. Simple stuff. Actually run out of shells. That's bad. And yeah, there's some more revenants up here. But you can just sort of shoot them like this. It's very risky, but it does work. And then maybe I'll switch to the chain gun. And then there's 2 cacodemons that teleport in. So I pre-fired a couple of rockets there. That was a bit of a waste, to be honest. And I want to get these imps to shoot these Hell Knights. Okay, and then come over to this side, and you can shoot these Hell Knights here. It's a little risky, but it's okay. And now you've still got an option of where you want to go. You could continue this way, or you can go back to the Cyber Demon room, which is what we're going to do. The paths converge at the red key fight, which, yeah, is probably the hardest fight in the level. But until that point, in fact, there's the red key. You might have just seen it up in the top right corner. Up until that point, yeah, you can go either left or right. So, surprise Archvile, but he just teleports back out here, and you kill him. Try not to lose any armor. And now we're going to go back and get the secret soul sphere up here, so that we are at 200 for the Archvile room. Which it's not the hardest fight, but it's the one that sort of makes me clench the hardest. Because it's just 6 Archviles, I think, running around in this room. And if they start to juggle you, you're just fucked. So, yeah, I don't really have a strategy other than kill them and try and hide when you see a flame. But I mean, this can go really wrong. Which is why I like to do it early. I'm not actually going to do this route. I'm going to switch routes again after this, but I just want to get this fight out of the way whilst I have the opportunity to do so at 200. And trust me when I say that was very clean. A lot of runs just ended here because those Archviles got around me. So you need to approach that lift to open the gates to go back out of this route. But yeah, again, we're abandoning that route for the moment, and we're going to go back to here. We do need to kill those Hell Knights, but not just yet. Instead, come up here, pre-fire some rockets at this Archvile, and switch to the shotgun, because this is coming up to the point where we wanted to save the rockets. This next fight is pretty tricky. It's basically a big U-shaped room. On one side you have Barons, on the other side you have Cacodemons, and then there's a Cyber Demon that wanders freely in between. So we're going to try and get the Cyber Demon to infight with the Barons, and then pump some rockets into the Cacos. The Cyber Demon is not infighting, which is not good, so we're going to try and lure him back over. And hopefully he takes some damage. Yikes, this is bad. This is really bad. You also do not want to pick up that Soul Sphere, so just ignore it. Okay, he did take a Baron hit there. But I think he's busy with the Revenants. Okay, we're looking healthy now. The basic idea is the Cyber Demon infights the Revenants, and then you basically do this movement up and down the stairs to avoid the Cacos and the Imps and the Revenant missiles. That hasn't worked out here. It's gone poorly, but it looks like we're going to make it through. This fight is another major roadblock. I would say this is the second most difficult fight. The Red Key, this fight, and then the beginning room with the Cyber Demon, I would say. Probably in that order. Again, just because all of them can go really wrong. I would put the Archviles probably at number 4. Well, maybe the Archviles are number 3. I'm not really sure I would call that a fight though. It's just a room with 6 Archviles in. So yeah, we'll disqualify that from the hard fight rankings for this particular level. It's just it's a hard room. But yeah, ideally, this is what the Cyber Demon does. He infights these Barons, you leave this side well alone, and then you just do laps up and down the stairs on the left. And that's it's as bad as consistent as you're going to get. I'm actually shocked that I survived this. This was pretty fucking terrible. But I suppose it's all just about how you adapt, isn't it? So we'll kill him now. conscious that the slightest sneeze of splash damage will kill me. We're not even halfway through this level yet, by the way. We're not even at the hardest fight. And we've got 700 odd enemies left to kill. Okay. So that switch lowers the switch on the other side. Again, leave that soul sphere. And the reason we're leaving the soul sphere is because we want to come back and pick it up for the red key fight, so that we're at 200 going into the red key fight. Now, if you just sort of step over the edge like that, you can wake up the pinky demons. There you go. And then you can kill them from up here, which is a bit safer. You're gonna need a fair few rockets for the next bit, so don't try and just, yeah, don't waste all your rockets. And not that we have any plasma, but at this point you're kind of on a plasma embargo, again, because you want to be as well stocked for the red key fight as possible. There is plasma in the red key fight, but you're not going to get a chance to pick it up, and even if you did pick it up, it spawns in archviles, so it's not worth it. So this is where those imps are standing now. That's the entrance to the red key fight. This is where the paths converge. So if we'd continued down the archvile room path, we would actually end up at the top of this room. Not where those Hell Knights are, but on the other side. And you'd come down into this room. So don't forget those cells. Those are the cells we're saving for the red key fight. And I'm going to switch away from the rocket launcher just to save rockets. Because there's a little fight in this room, which is pretty tricky. So push this button, this lowers the wall. I like to stand here and just shoot into this room, try and kill as many pain elementals as possible. There are revenants coming as well, and there's 2 archviles on top of the little pillar in the middle of the room. Which I should have gone to first, actually, because there's a green armor there. I always forget about that green armor. And you don't need it, because you're just about to pick up a mega armor. Well, I say just after this fight. But I have died on this area before because I forgot that green armor. I was at like I don't think it was 80, but it was like 70 or 75 health, and I just took a Revenant missile which killed me flat from like 70, 75 health, and I was just appalled. But there's really no need to, like, you should go get the green armor for this. It's not worth the risk. And the archviles can't really do much. I say archviles because once you kill one of them, another spawns in. But they can't really do much up there. So I think just focus on the pain elementals first, because yeah, they're kind of an annoying enemy. I'm not sure if there's one still left in there or not. Wasting rockets. Okay, that's one dead, and then there's the second one. Oh, the angle is just bad. But it is like, there's like a winding staircase around that thing, so you can actually get up there. It's where the green armor is, in case you hadn't heard. Okay, now that switch then opens up the way to the red key fight, but we're not going to go there just yet. We're going to get to 100 health, and then we're going to go this way to go back into this room. We're going to pick up the soul sphere in a minute. First, we're going to run over the edge here, down onto this, and secret. And there's the mega armor, and some cells, which we will need. Now, yeah, fuck that. We'll come back to that. There is another secret there, but we'll come back to that later because it's really obnoxious. Okay, here's the red key fight. So, a whole ton of enemies are going to spawn in. You want to push these switches straight away to spawn in 2 cyber demons, 1 switch per cyber demon. And then there's basically barons, hell knights, sorry, imps and revenants, and we're just going to run back and forward like this. They actually come in 2 waves, so the first wave is over now, so we've got a bit of mobility. We can do a lap, and now the second wave is coming in, so we've lost our mobility. And you're just going to run up and down these stairs, backwards and forwards like this. We've saved the megasphere in the middle by coming in at 200-200, that's a bit of an optimization. And now the second wave is finished and we can run around. And that's the fight. And believe me when I tell you that is the hardest fight. Like, that might have looked straightforward, but it is pretty tricky. And yeah, the cyber demons always loot. I've never seen the cyber demons not get killed here. I don't want to run into his rocket. And you might be able to just see the red key in the background there. If you run towards the red key, there are 2 large cell packs, but when you pick them up, well, no, not when you pick them up, when you approach the red key, or maybe even when you pick up the red key actually, 2 archviles will spawn in. And so that's over now. I can pick up all of the ammo. Again, there's no cells up this side, and you kind of need the cells to help push your way through. And I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to get the megasphere now, pick up the red key. There's 1 archvile. They don't usually target you because they usually bog down with corpses. See, yeah, that was very good. Again, it can go wrong. And look, we're up here now. Those are the Hell Knights that we saw earlier that we left. And so yeah, that's the red key fight. That went amazing. I can't believe how well that went. So now we'll just finish off this route. You'll see it all loops back together, but obviously I need to come up here. Well, I need to come up here for 2 reasons actually. One, to clear out the route, but more importantly, this is actually the way you need to go. But you could have accessed it from that room we were in with the red key. Well, not the room with the red key. The room that we fought the pain elementals and the revenants. You can come up this way, but I find coming this way through where the archviles were gives you an advantage in terms of like the space you have to move around in. Not for these Mancubi and for the Arachnotrons, they're straightforward. But for the archviles that are going to spawn in once we walk through this doorway. So activate them and then run away. Drop down here to cancel out any flames if you have any flames on you, and then turn around and kill the archviles. And you're always short on rockets here. It's kind of annoying because there are rockets right where the archviles were. But maybe I'll kill him with rockets. Yeah, this is a good archvile. He behaved himself there. Yep, and then you can see this is the room. So what I could have done is come up this way. And a couple of rockets, and then sort of just jump over here. But again, if you try and run through that, then you're running into live Mancubi, and it's just not worth it. So here, pick both of those up, press this switch, run to the right, press this switch, run around to the opposite side very quickly. We're just blasting through this. Press that button, and then run to the middle and get on the teleporter as soon as it lowers, and then run to the other side so the revenants can't hit you. That was pretty fast, but actually if you practice that maneuver, it can be quite consistent. You'll die if you stay in that fight, so just push the switches and get out. And don't go back into the teleporter. This archvile, Sometimes he can if he blasts you, or if you think he's going to blast you, stand with your back to the wall, as I was just doing. Because if he shoots you up there, it's marginally more convenient, actually. Like, if you're going to take the damage, you might as well make use of the blast to get you up to that area. And then this next section is pretty slow. You just need to kill the Hell Knights on the edges here. Again, I would recommend using the shotgun, saving up the rockets and the plasma. And watch out for the long distance sniping projectiles. So there are... Yeah, and that's the fight. There's no way you're getting it to go through that. Now this is a bit of a cheese for this next fight. So you're in this room surrounded by my Mancubi, and what you're going to do is walk to the edge, fire a shot, and then go back in the teleporter. Which is a cheese I borrowed from Decino's version of this level. He maybe borrowed it from someone else, I don't know, but that's where I saw it and thought, that's a good strategy. Because otherwise, that room full of Mancubi is just too much. You'll just get killed. But if you do this, then they all group together on one side, and you can just sort of move back and forward, plasmaing them down. It's still pretty deadly though, so you've got to move quick. I was quite lucky there with some low damage rolls, but I was reasonably safe. Yeah, and now we're just gonna shotgun down the Hell Knights. Now, the fight that we skipped, that we ran through, at some point, a Cyber Demon teleports in there. I don't know when that is, or if it's a trigger, but he will do a lot of the work. We might just need to coax and cajole him into shooting some of the Cacodemons and Revenants, as well as the Cacodemons and Revenants themselves, doing some work for us. So yeah, thankfully it's monster blocking line def, so the Cacodemons can't get out. And you might have just seen the Cyber Demon in there. So really we're just trying to get some infighting going. There's also an Archvile in there, you probably just saw him. We can go back to this other tower. I don't know if we got all the Revenants. Now those Hell Knights over there, this bugged me when I was doing my... Oh shit! Oh, that was awkward. Well, that'll teach me. I was saying, before the door fucks me again, the Hell Knights over there, it was bugging me, like, you can't actually teleport over there. So how, but why are there three towers? Like, there's this tower, the tower you teleport to, and then there's this tower. Why can't we go over there? But actually, you have been over there. If you would clip over, you'll see that that tower is actually the tower you start the level in. It's where you pick up the green armor and the shotgun, and the backpack as well, I think. It's the room you start in before you teleport into the very first area. So you actually do get to go to all three towers, which is kind of cool. And you see now, the Revenant, the Archvile's dead, the Cyber Demon's dead. I'm just cleaning up. I think I'm going to try and risk it. Jump back in. And I'm not going to get hit by that Revenant missile. Well, definitely not if I teleport away. I can't believe I face rocketed into that door. Although, that does bode well, because it's always the successful ones where stupid shit like that happens. And maybe that balances out some of the good stuff that happened with the Revenants behaving in the Red Key fight. Maybe the Fates will have mercy on me. Although, to be honest, there isn't much left to this level that's actually difficult. The final fight is huge, but it's not difficult, and there's a reason for that. And it's not really a cheese. I mean, it's kind of a cheese, but it's a built-in cheese. First, we're going to push this button. We're going to clear out these revenants. Jesus, that was really risky. Don't do that. Oh, come on, stand still. There we go. Yeah, we're just going to clear the path out, and then we're going to go back to the place where we got the mega armor, the secret mega armor. And I'll show you the secret within the secret. But first, we're going to just wake these revenants up. They're not a problem. Really, the only risk or problem is you face rocketing yourself. So I'm going to go back over here and just kill them on the edge. They'll all walk to where these Hell Knight corpses are anyway. And then we can kill them safely from a distance. And there we go. So, now we've got to do what I consider one of the hardest parts of the level. It's not a fight, it's platforming. And there's no two ways about this. I really suck at this. I'm not sure if it's difficult. All I know is I suck at it. So, apologies, you'll just have to bear with me whilst I do this. For however many attempts it takes. Because at this point, I'm very conscious that this could be and should be the run. This should be. Like, I've done the Red Key fight, I've done the Mancubus Tower, I've done the Archvile room, and that Cyber Demon fight. Like, I've only got the final fight to go. And the final fight can be won very, very easily if we can do this platforming. Because if you can do this platforming, I mean, there's no if, it's just a matter of when. When you do this platforming, you will get a secret yellow key, which allows you to press a single button, a single yellow button. Ah, sugar, overshot. Yeah, it allows you to push a single yellow button in the final fight, which is hidden. So there is a hidden yellow button in the final fight. But you need to do this platforming to get the yellow key to press that button. And that yellow button lowers a wall, and behind the wall is, I think, 6 radiation suits. And that completely breaks the final fight, because the final fight is in a sea of damaging floor. In fact, if you look at when I fall down next, the soul spheres that you can see and the sort of red in the distance to my right here is the final fight. That's the final fight arena there. And yeah, it's basically like there are like 5 platforms and the rest is just damaging floor. And then it fills up with enemies, and it's quite tough to sort of stay on the platforms. And yeah, if you have a rad suit, you can just run around freely. So it's not too bad at all. You'll see when we get there. For now, I mean, I'm kind of digging myself a hole here because, like, in practice, if I wasn't recording, I would do this first time. Like, it wouldn't even be a problem. Okay, that's step 1 done. Now we've got to jump over here, and we fucked it. Gotta start again. But yeah, like I was saying, like in practice, this would be nothing. I would do it first time, I would breeze through it, I wouldn't even care about it. But I'm 34 minutes in to the run. I know I'm recording. I know this is going to go on YouTube, and I'm just, I think a little too stressed to be able to perform properly to do this, unfortunately. So apologies for that. We will get there, and if it takes more than like another couple minutes, I'll probably just sort of edit this down or fast forward it. But I'd rather not do that, just because I think that there is something to be said about keeping the original footage. There we go. We get another attempt at this next run, this next jump. Oh, we fucked it again. So I mean, so far this is definitely the hardest map of Stardate. It's leagues ahead of map 5 and 4. I would say map 2, map 1 was obviously the easiest. Then I would probably say map 3, even including that final fight in map 3. I know it's big, but it's not too scary. Map 2, I think it's harder than map 3. And maybe even harder than map 4, just because of the final, because there's some pretty hard fights in map 2 actually. But they're all sort of like difficult maps, but not too bad. This one, however, is an absolute beast. Like this is 1,000 map. It's going to take me an hour to do it. It's 1,000 monsters. It's going to take me an hour to do it. It really is a big map. And I really had to break this down into separate sections in order to practice and really get it down. Oh, that was just terrible. What am I even hitting? Don't worry, folks, we will get there. What has just taken like 5 minutes so far? Oh, we fluffed it again. Oh my goodness. Like, there's no way I can skip this. It's not a secret and it's not an item, so I don't need it for the 100% playthrough, but I've never practiced the final fight without this yellow key. So I'm not even sure I would be able to do it. And it's a matter of principle now. Like, I've sunk 5 minutes into this. I am going to do it. I just need to... Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I think the problem is I'm just too stressed out. Too pressured. That's it. Not stressed. Pressured. Come on, this is the one. Yes. Oh, no. You'd think that, like, after 16 attempts or whatever it's taken, it would be consistent, but no, I'm struggling with this. Like I said, I don't normally struggle with this. I mean, I do. This is hard, but when I practice this, like, I wouldn't have started this run if I wasn't confident that I could do it. Really just nerves taking over. Okay, this is a good start. Now, just fucking do it. Come on. Yes! Now don't fall down, shoot the secret switch, hug the wall, and we're in. Jesus fucking Christ, that took way too long. Kudos. Yes indeed, kudos. That is not how I thought this run was going to go. This is definitely the run now, like... Only something so tedious as that and so fucking terrible will make it into a final run. Anyway, now, the blue key, we're in the penultimate room. We're just going to do this platforming, which is just a joke compared to the other platforming. And push the switch, jump into the acid or lava, and get out. Because a whole bunch of Hell Knights and Chain Gunners have teleported in, but we can kill them from the start here. Very, very easily. I have overspent on my chain gun ammo though, which is unfortunate, and I'm not going to blow myself up again with the door. I'm not going to do that. There's no real need to save ammo, so we'll just use what we've got. Rockets make for good sniping tools. And yeah, just kill the chain gunners, kill the Hell Knights. You can kill most of the Hell Knights from here, and then you can kill the last one from the platform in the middle. Like this. And then we're going to go over here, into the next area. And forward and backward like that, so that you can kill the Revenant from here, as opposed to on one of those little platforms. And then, this bit's kind of tricky. You've got to take these one at a time, I find. But just take it slowly and it's not too bad. And now we're ready for the final fight. And the strategy for the final fight, and the reason that this is actually very easy, is we're just going to get out. So push the yellow key, switch, get the rad suit, and all of the red you can see is damaging floor. I think it's 10 damaging floor. So if you didn't have a rad suit, this would really restrict your movement. But with the rad suit, you're okay. So, and there's like 4 soul spheres and 4 mega armors in here, so it's quite fine. Start the lowering by pressing the switch, and 3 cyber demons, actually 4 cyber demons, are going to come out of little cupboards at the back. We want to lure them away from those cupboards and get into those cupboards and press the 4 switches, and that opens the way to the exit. Now the trick here is knowing when is it safe to dip in and dip out of those cupboards, because you don't want a rocket following you in, and you don't want a cyber demon trapping you in here. But I'm really just using the plasma to move around. I'm going to go get another rad suit. I'm going to try and stay at 200 because there's just no reason not to. And then I'm going to duck in, press a button, and get out. And once you start seeing the Hell Knights, you know that that's roughly the time when you should be finishing. You don't want to be in here when the Revenants come. So all the switches are pressed. I go through here, I click on this wall. Don't step in the exit, obviously. And then I take this teleporter back to the start. And I'm going to go back to where that yellow key room was. And you can see the kill count is going up even now. But oh yeah, I'm just checking. Yes, the Berserk pack. I'm just thinking through my items so that I can get 100% of the items. Yeah, I never picked that up because I was trying to wake the Archvile up. But yeah, look, you can see that's the final fight in this room, which you're probably all very familiar with after that platforming. And everything will just kill itself. Like, you don't want to be in that room, especially when there's that many Revenants. Like, that's just going to be way too hard. So, use the rad suits, press the switches, get out, and then let everything else in-fight. At this point in the run, there's no reason to put yourself at risk. And there's no need to. And legitimately, I haven't died in that final fight. Once, obviously, I figured out that strategy. But yeah, the only way that can really go wrong is, well, there's 2 ways. 1, you take too long to press the switches, or 2, you mismanage your cyber demon movement to the point where they actually end up shooting you or trapping you in the cupboards. But yeah, there we go. That is all the kills, all of the secrets, and the final 3 items should be soul spheres in the final arena. So we'll go back and do that, and then we're done with this beast of a level. We're probably going to finish sub 50 minutes, which is quite long, and I suppose 5 of those minutes were that platforming for the yellow key. But still, that's a long time to go without sort of dying or making any serious mistakes. It's yeah, this like I said, this level is just degrees of magnitude harder just in every way than the previous ones. It's bigger, it's longer, it's harder. Giggity. It's just, yeah, it's real tough, this one. So we'll catch this lift on the way back up and grab a rad suit and 1 soul sphere, 2 soul spheres, 3 soul spheres. So yeah, what a beast that was. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed practicing this, getting good at it, and I'm very pleased that I was able to beat it, even with that ridiculous platforming problem. But we got through it, and so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.